Thank you everyone for joining our session today. My name is Mira Al Mheiri and I'm from the marketing department at Dubai Airport Freezone Authority. I would like first to thank you all for joining our session. Our session briefly will be more about why foreign investors choose Dubai as an ideal destination to have their base here in Dubai, and more information about the advantage of being in the free zone, and of course the business setup steps. So first of all, I would like to highlight why Dubai is attractive destination for foreign companies to invest in or to have a base here in the city. And before starting more about Dubai, I would like to highlight UAE as a country. And when it's come to the UAE economy, of course, as you can see, the GDP in 2019 was around 421 billion USD. And UAE, as you can see, is located in the center of the Minasa region. We have population around 10 million people, and most of the population, like 44% of population, is under 30, age of 30. And when it's come to the FDI flow to UAE, last year in 2020, it was around 19 billion USD, which is 44% increase from 2019. And UAE considered as the top 30 global economy by size in the region and the second largest economy in the Middle East. Of course, UAE consider the most liberal and open GCC countries for foreign investors as well. So when it's come to Dubai as a city, of course, UAE have seven emirates. Abu Dhabi is the capital. Dubai is the business hub in United Arab Emirates. Dubai really has an attractive location, an attractive business ecosystem, culture, and world-class infrastructure that make it an ideal destination or ideal hub for businesses. And when it's come to Dubai in the economic aspect, so trade represents the largest activity that contribute to the GDP of the city. Dubai is an important regional hub for multinational companies and SMEs as well across all sectors. And the city is have leading a number of FDI projects and a total of FDI capital in the MENA region. And also Dubai ranked number one in 2019 as the world leading business travel destination in the MENA. So why companies should invest or choose Dubai as their ideal destination? So first, of course, the strategic location. So Dubai has a really excellent access to Middle East and North Africa markets, and also other markets like Europe and Asia and Africa as well. And as a country, UAE had agreement, like economic agreement with more than 21 countries all around the world. And of course, Dubai has an attractive international talent as well. So around 80% of Dubai populations made up of expat. And when it comes to the investor business friendly environment, of course, UAE dirham pledged to USD. There is 100 foreign ownership of its business, especially in the free zone. And I will highlight this point more in DAFZA part. Of course, Dubai as a city or UAE in general has a stable political environment, and really foreign investor can enjoy strong legal protections in the country. When it's come to the taxation, so there is no corporate tax and there is no income tax in UAE. There is 5% of VAT, value added tax. This is for the end consumer. Lastly, the world-class infrastructures. So really, UAE have like availability and world-class infrastructures of energy, water, and power. The government supporting all the innovations and the infrastructures for the businesses to have their business here or their activity in the city. And of course, Dubai is connected to the busiest airport around the world, which is connecting to more than 260 destinations all around the world. When it's come to the economic stability in the city, so there is a really clear long-term vision for Dubai. The government, as I mentioned before, continues spending on and supporting the infrastructure, digital transformation, and innovation. And also, it's as an economy, Dubai has a really stable and diverse economy. And when it's come to political stability, so we have, as a UAE, the country have open diplomatic policy, and the country is the third most peaceful country in the region, according to the Global Peace Index in 2021. When it comes to the social stability, so UAE is considered the safest, as I mentioned, place to live and invest and work, and is considered as or it's ranked as the first countries in the Arab regions for the safest and the happiest countries and the happiest index. So when it's come to the diverse population, I mentioned that in UAE there are around 10 million people. In Dubai itself, it's 3 million people, and 80% of the residents from multinational are multinational and from different countries. We do have around 200 nationality live that who live and work and invest in the city. So when it's come to the location, UAE is in the center of the Minasa region and Dubai itself. So of course, when the company will have a base here in Dubai, they will be able to serve 2.4 billion people within the 5 hours from Dubai. When it's come to connectivity, so we do have around 140 airline in the city that connect to more than 260 destinations all around the world. So it's really an ideal location, an ideal gateway for companies across the Middle East, across the Africa region as well, and the South Asian region. Also, Dubai hosts a major and global event. These events is good for the companies who's looking for manufacturers, who's looking for buyers, suppliers in their specific sectors. So we have event for food and beverage like Gulf food. There is a Dubai Air Show, which is mainly for aviation and aerospace sector. Also GITEX, which is will be next week in Dubai. It's mainly for ICT and high tech and so on. And the major exhibitions that happening now, it's Expo 2020, which is will be from October this month till end of March next year. And the expo, it's a good opportunities for companies to come and meet, to promote their products as well, to meet with suppliers from all, from all the countries. We do have around 190 countries participating in the expo. So it's really a good opportunities for company to come and visit the exhibition. When it's come to the business infrastructure, so Dubai has really a local and global banks, local international banks like Emirates NBD, Mashreq, and global banks as well. There is also the cargo handling companies that are located here in the city, and some of these or most of these cargo handling company located in the free zone itself. And there is, of course, transportation facilities like metros, trams, and other transportation facility as well, and the telecommunication facilities. So it's really an ideal city or ideal hub for all businesses. So now when it's come to the business setup in Dubai, so the company will have two options if they consider to have a base here in the city. They either can have a base in the mainland, and they would require a local partner for that. The local partner will have 51% of the share, However, if they're considering to have their base in the free zone, they will have 100% ownership of their business. So this is Dubai Airport Free Zone Authority. We are located next to the busiest airport around the world, which is Dubai International Airport. We established in 1996, and we are the second oldest free zone in the city. So we do have around 18 offices building in total and around 300 warehouses unit. The warehouses unit mainly for light manufacturing, assembly, packaging, and repackaging. And when it's come to the advantage of being in the free zone, of course, the 100% ownership, there is no currency restrictions or employment restrictions in the free zone. As I mentioned before, there is no corporate tax or personal tax in UAE in general, and those are considered as a designated zone. So there is no tax in the goods when it's come to import and export, and they export to the neighborhood countries. So last year in 2020, DAFZA contributed 10% to Dubai foreign trade, which exceeded around 119 billion dirham in 2020, and we saw around 4.5% growth in the re-export. So 70% of our trade items come from machinery, electronics, and equipment, which is valued at 51 billion dirham. Come to DAFZA trade partners. So this is a country level. As you can see, over 27% of our trade come from China, which is valued at 32 billion dirham, and 7% of our trade come from India, which is valued at 8 billion dirham. Over 5% come from Switzerland, valued at 6.4 billion dirham, and over 3% come from United States, which is valued at 4 billion dirham. So these are the top major, I would say, trade partner when it comes to country level. Of course, we do have also Japan, Germany in top 10, and GCC countries like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Bahrain, and other countries as well. So when it's come to our companies that have base here in the free zone, so we do have around 1,800 companies across all sectors, as you mentioned. So we're not dedicated for one sector. Most people will assume because we're next to the airport, so they will assume we're mainly focused on aerospace. However, as you can see, 28% of our companies come from ICT and electronics. We have 10% in consumer product, 9% in investment, business development, engineering as well, 8% in logistic and aerospace, and 7% in food and beverage, and 5% in medical and pharmaceutical sector. So these are some of the major companies that have based here based on their activities. We do have around 30% MNCs, multinational companies, and 70% are SMEs. So DAFZA also considered as a one-stop shop. So we have a dedicated building for all our government partners like Dubai Customs, Dubai Chamber, Dubai Police and Health Authority. So for all the administrative requirements for the company, they don't have to go outside the free zone. And we also the government entity who issue the visas for their clients. We do have a 24-hour custom service clearance within the free zone, and other facilities like bank, telecommunication companies, and also the business center facilities and the food court or the retail area. So when it's come to the business setup steps in DAFZA, it's really easy. It's just the 3 steps. So first, company, they choose their license. Of course, this is will depend on the activity of the company. Second, the company have to choose the type, and lastly, the space. So when it's come to the license, DAFZA offers 6 type of license. There are trading. There is trading license, which is for import and export. Service license for company who provides consultation or services. We do have also e-commerce license. This is mainly for e-commerce companies, and industrial license as well for light manufacturing, packaging, assembly, and repackaging as well. The next license is general trading license, which is allow the company to have more than one activity within this license. And also we do have dual license with DED, which is the authority who manage the mainland. And in this license, the company will have one office operating in Dubai Airport Free Zone, and they will have the license of the mainland, which is the LLC. So also as DAFZA, we allow the company to have to combine their license. So company, it's really flexible. They can combine trade and service license within one license, industrial or service, trade and industrial, or even three license combined together, like trade and service and industry. So we are really flexible when it comes to type of license. The next step is choosing type of companies. So it can be a branch, which is the representative office of the main company or of the mother company, for example, in Germany, or the mother company in India. So there is no like capital share required in the branch. The other option is the free zone company. The free zone company can be individual or corporate, and the minimum capital share is just 1 dirham, which is equivalent to 3 USD. The main difference between these two options when it comes to the invoicing. So the invoicing in branch should be from the mother company. So the mother company will manage the operations of the company. However, in the free zone, the invoicing and the management can be from Dubai itself. We do have also a new type of company that we developed and established this year, which is PLC, Public Limited Company. So in this type, company can share their list in the stock market in DFM and NASDAQ here in Dubai. And there is no also a limit for the shareholders in this type. So the third steps is choosing the space of the company. So all our packages come with license, it come with the registrations, it's fully furnished office, come with other services like IT, daily housekeeping services, and of course parking. So the startup, I would say, package is the smart office. It's a dedicated desk in co-working place. It can be up to 2 employment visa. So alongside the license, the registration, and the office, also we provide the visas for the clients. So this is for the smart office. So when it comes to other packages, it can be from 12 square meter up to 50 square meter. Of course, will be depending on the client requirements or the company requirements and how many visas they require for their employees. All these package come fully furnished. We do have also a customized package available in the free zone. So if the company wants to have a customized package, they will be able also to do so. So these are the packages for the offices. When it's come to the warehouse or the light industrial unit, the area is around 350 square meter per unit, and the unit come with a mezzanine floors, come with the office of 90 square meter size, and the warehouses units come with 20 employment visa. So this is the stop shop, as I mentioned before. I just want to highlight that, especially this is for the companies who's looking for importing and export and for the logistic facilities. So in DAFZA, there is 24-hour cargo clearance in the free zone, and we are the only free zone in Dubai that have the 24-hour cargo clearance. When it's come to expansion, so alongside the warehouses unit in the free zone, we also have DAFZA Industrial Park, which is unit dedicated for cold storage and for a bit more heavy manufacturing. and each unit come with 20 visas as well, and each unit approximately of size 312 square meter. And it's considered as a designated zone as well, so there is no tax when it's come to importing and exporting and re-exporting the goods. And it's located 5 kilometers away from the main offices in DAFZA. Also, we have the new buildings coming up this year, and already 46% of the space are leased. All buildings come with reserved parking, with the services for the packages that I mentioned before. And also we have a new dedicated free zone for the e-commerce. So Dubai Commerce City actually located opposite Dubai Airport Free Zone Authority, and it's the first free zone dedicated for e-commerce in the MENA region. The Dubai Commerce City have three clusters. So they have the business clusters for the offices. They do have the logistic cluster as well as the social clusters, which is open for the public. So this is how Dubai Commerce City will look like, and we are already starting the leasing for the business units or the business clusters as well as the logistic cluster. So DAFZA have more initiative that support the companies, that support companies' journeys when it's come to their business setup here in the city. So I would like to highlight DAFZA Islamic Economy, HTMC. So we actually developed a Halal guidebook for the overseas companies to know more about the Islamic economy, growth in Dubai, its ecosystem, opportunity for the Halal trade flow and the Halal certification and compliance. This is especially for companies who are in food and beverage, companies who are in pharmaceutical or cosmetics even. So the second initiative in the Islamic economy is Halal Trade and Marketing Center, which is a global business development center focused on the halal economy opportunities for manufacturers, for suppliers, distributors across all these sectors that I mentioned. And it's hosted by DAFZA. It's located in DAFZA, but it's a global center. So the center provides three services or three pillars. So they have the market intelligence, they provide market insight on the trade flows for these sectors, they support in database for the companies. The second pillar is the halal compliance. So they advise the companies on the best halal certificate to get. And also they provide training program for the companies. When it's come to growth support pillar, so they help the companies when it's come to sales and marketing support, and of course when it's come to the financing. The next initiative I would like to highlight is DAFZA Enablement Agency, which is DINA. So DINA is a platform to support our client, to support our new client by providing services like recruitment services, government tender support, PR, market research and insight. So these services provided by our trusted service partner in really competitive rates. So it will really help the companies when it's come to recruitment, when it's come also helping them to open a new trade route for their products. So this is Dina. Lastly, I would like to highlight the startup program we offer, which is Scality. Scality is mainly for tech companies across all industry. So it can be tech companies in logistics, tech companies in pharmaceutical, tech companies maybe in fashion and apparel. So it's really for tech companies across all sectors and industry. Is a flexible membership. It's a monthly based membership model, and they help the companies to get access to regional markets, to get access even to a partnership locally and globally, and they help the companies when it's come to opening bank accounts for them as well. So this is Scality. Now, I would like to highlight some of our client testimonial we do have here in the free zone.
We at Estee Lauder Companies, the largest manufacturer of beauty products, prestige beauty products in the world, put a lot of emphasis on security, staff well-being, as well as ease of doing business when we choose an office location. The Dubai Airport Freezone offers all of that and excels in it. This is why, since 1999, when we established our first legal entity, we came here to DAFZA. From all of us at Estee Lauder Companies, congratulations, DAFZA, to your 20th anniversary. Well done. Continue, because we very much appreciate the work that you're doing for us every day.
We've been with DAFZA since 1998, when the company have decided to move to Dubai and have an easy access to the market worldwide. And DAFZA were actually very happy to support and give all the tools and support to open our first regional office in Arab country, which was Dubai and United Arab Emirates. And since then we have a very close relation with DAFZA throughout the procedures and helping us with getting all the work done, from office-wise to employees and facilities.
And thank you all for attending our session. Here are our contact details. Please feel free to contact us directly for any inquiries, and we'll be glad to assist. Thank you a lot.